Now.
Yep.
We're live?
Right now.
All right. It is Wednesday, April 15th, which is normally tax day, but that's been moved out to, I think, June. So we have
July 15th.
July
15th.
15th. All right. So we have Carl, Lauren, John, and myself. And I think we may have Anthony joining us later. So welcome to This Fan's View, Wednesday edition. And what do we got?
Everyone is silent. We have nothing.
Okay.
What was next on the list?
What list?
The
John,
list that you send over.
John, you have the rest to go and
That's
forward.
right. You get to talk for an hour, John.
There you go.
Because I couldn't follow those messages at all.
No?
Hold on.
Why
You
not?
start talking, John. I'll figure it out.
Nope.
Well, today's Jackie Robinson Day. I got Jackie Robinson over the shoulder here, and you got it on your jersey. I got a little pin.
Don't give me that much credit.
Ah,
It's only a $38 T-shirt.
there you go. Yeah. Well, man, it's a special day in baseball. Unfortunately, that's been postponed as well. But that's a big day. It's changed baseball.
So Lauren has a story for us. I'm going to put her on the spot because Lauren is a Jackie Robinson fan, and I thought for sure that you would bring out the prop to show everyone.
You want me to go get it off the wall?
Well, how cool would that be?
All right. Well, give me a second.
I thought maybe you'd send your lackey.
He's getting the makeup on for the show.
Yeah, he's getting ready for.
He's getting his hair done.
Yeah, he's getting ready to hop on. He's in the green room.
Carl got his done.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of glare going on,
I see that.
but Jackie Robinson
Now?
autograph. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I like that.
Drop down with the photo. Drop it down so we can see the photo. That's Jackie with that very yeah.
Classic.
Oh, that's very cool. That's
So,
very
yeah.
cool.
So how, when, what, when did you become a Jackie Robinson fan? When did all this start?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I definitely was a fan before that movie 42 came out, but
Right.
definitely sort of enhanced it.
How much for the Jackie Robinson? How much for that? Is that for sale?
Nope.
That's a question that comes up a lot.
Where did you get that?
Anthony bought it for me for Christmas in
Nice.
2016. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Very
Yep.
cool. Very cool. Does he know all about the father-in-law, son-in-law relationship thing where he has to buy the father-in-law a gift?
Oh, okay. I'll be sure to let him know.
No, that's a thing.
Okay.
Since when?
As of right now.
My father-in-law enforced that in 1996.
Why? What was 96?
That's when Jen and I got married. It's got to be still in existence right now.
So you didn't get anything?
No, I had to get him something.
God.
You just flipped the tables on me.
I had to get my father-in-law, so Anthony's got to get you something.
So he's backing you up, Carl.
All right.
All right.
So he's backing you up.
All right. We should have waited for the Anthony Pignetti show to bring all this on.
That's all right. He's got
We
some
can
extra
circle back
cash,
to that.
so he'll get it.
Oh, did he get his Trump money?
Yeah. Yeah, we both got it on Monday. Yeah,
Right.
Monday.
We got
Oh,
ours
wow.
today also.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So so we got a lot of people jumping on. I really we kind of wanted to talk Eagles draft and maybe do like a mock type draft. Maybe the Eagles have 6 or 7 picks in the first 6 rounds?
Yeah, they have 8 altogether. Yeah,
8 total.
yeah.
But they're only doing 6 rounds. Is that the deal, or what am I missing?
I don't think so.
They're doing them all, but only 6 are going to be televised, or is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear about that. I thought they were all televised.
Yeah. So
I know they were trying to do it. They're trying to even make it where it's a week-long process and do one round each night.
wow.
Instead of doing it over 2 days.
Instead of doing it over 2 days, they're going to do it each night. Do a round for 1 week.
Honestly, I don't see why not.
That way they might have more trades. You might be able to have more, leading up to each guy having their time in the spotlight.
So it essentially becomes a mini series.
Right.
So Jack has already proposed a trade, and OBJ was put up for trade by the Browns.
Yeah.
And Jack wants to bring him to Philadelphia. Your thoughts?
Supposedly the trade with Minnesota was a 2nd and a 5th round pick.
Would you do it?
That's for next year's picks.
Would you do it? He's making a lot of money, right?
Making a lot of money, and that's probably the one spot that will hold it back for the Eagles, only because of not knowing with Alshon Jeffrey if he's going to be on the injured issue.
He would be your receiver. You wouldn't have to worry about anything.
Oh no, I it's not that I wouldn't go after him. It's more of a cap issue.
Well, the money's there, right?
It is. That's true. I mean, there is
the money's there now. It's just going to strap you for doing something else. You know, like if you brought back Peters, you'd have to, bring him back on a real low end type deal.
But who do we trade for him?
Well, that's what we're talking about, draft picks, because that's what Cleveland wants.
Yeah,
Cleveland wants draft picks.
Yeah, it was a 2nd round and a 5th round pick.
All right, so I'll go back. Would you do it? If you're the GM, would you do it? Would you pull the trigger?
I think I would. I think so.
I think I think you almost have to.
Oh, we got the mixed reviews.
Of course,
on whether to do that or not.
Yeah, I just think where he's been, he's never been in a good environment. He's never been in a good spot, and I think this would be a good spot for him.
Yeah, no, it definitely would help. It would give Carson the weapon that he needs.
One of the weapons he needs.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's got the tight end. He's got the tight ends. He's got decent running backs right at the moment.
Everybody's saying no.
Well, not everybody.
Well, most everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
It's in
60,
the no.
40.
Yeah, it's definitely a no-brainer here. So,
I mean, he does have issues that you have to worry about. And
you think he's got attitude problems?
But I don't think has he ever been around a winning environment? Has he ever been? I mean, he's not going to bring his culture here. He's going to be a player here.
No, true. I mean, he definitely would, and it'll probably also spark him a little bit that he can get revenge against the Giants twice a year.
Brian Brown brings up a good issue, of a meltdown. But does the meltdown happen here under Doug Peterson, under the tutelage?
I think it could.
It could what?
I think it could happen.
What could happen?
The meltdown. If things don't go his way,
so you're not a fan of it.
No, I'm never a fan of a meltdown.
No, of bringing him here.
No. You asked if it could happen. A meltdown could happen. Absolutely, it could happen here.
Oh, it could, because you have Alshon Jeffrey already.
Right.
Not as drastic of a meltdown, but
I mean, there's definitely pros and cons to having him here. There's pros and cons of not having him here.
We had Terrell Owens here.
Let us to a Super Bowl.
So who's a bigger
What?
head case?
What, John?
Let us to a Super Bowl as well. You know?
Wasn't his fault we lost.
No, it wasn't.
No, not at all.
Like Jack said, every one of these high-profile wide receivers are head cases.
Oh, of course. No, you're no matter who you're going to have, you know, it's just a matter of.
So you've already passed on a lot of the big-name wide receivers, so there's really not, you know, that's not something that you can chase right now. So you're going to draft another rookie. They haven't done well drafting rookie wide receivers.
That was my hesitation there, because you're forcing yourself with Howie not going out and getting at least somebody to as a viable wide receiver, right? That you're forced to get a wide receiver, and if you stay at 21, you may not get, you know, the guy that you want, and then you might have to force yourself to move up and trade up, and then you're losing some of those picks. So that was my hesitation there as far as whether or not to get them. You know, Jackson, he's there, but can you trust him? And then Alshon Jeffrey, he's hurt. I don't even think he's going to play, even if they, you know, if he does come back with that ankle issue. So I don't.
Overall, yes or no?
It's a deep thought for.
Yeah, overall, it looks like a big NO. You know, I just think if Doug can pull him aside and, you know, talk to him, I mean, I think the environment here, you know, could be good for everybody.
Oh no, he would definitely help. You know, and especially if it's as the Minnesota trade was, it was next year's number 2 and 5.
Is there a player that comes to mind that you could compare him to, that you think Doug Peterson has sort of set on the straight and narrow, that you feel confident under their regime that they would be able to control him? Because he seems like a pain in the ass.
You summed it up pretty good. Where you get your information from?
I'm just asking if there was a player that came to mind that you could compare him to, that Doug set him on the straight and narrow, because Doug wasn't here when T.O. was here.
I just think with the
Who's
environment,
the biggest case?
he's coming into a team, you know, where these guys have been here. You know, the locker room is under control. I think if you can bring Deshaun Jackson back, you know, into this, anything's possible. And I think, you know who? No, I can't. I mean, they're saying Alshon is the player to compare him to. I don't know. I mean, you know, he's been somewhat of a problem child. You know what I mean? But
we've had a few.
We won a Super Bowl with him. You know what I mean? So how much of a problem could it be?
Oh, true.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have an answer to that question, Lauren, but I just think, you know, the locker room, you know, would take care of itself. And that's a big what if.
Who takes care of him?
I'm sorry?
Who takes care of him in the locker room? Because you don't have Malcolm Jenkins, you don't have Jason Peters. So who's next up to take care of him?
Lane Johnson.
You got Lane Johnson, you got Kelsey. I mean, there's still leaders on this team.
Right.
You know, they're still veteran guys. You know.
And plus Carson, you know, you got a quarterback that, you know, you don't have Baker Mayfield that just throwing to you like he did this year. I mean, Eli Manning was, you know, on his way down the slopes when he was there. So, yeah, I mean, there's, you know, reason for it, especially like I said, if you're giving up next year's, you know, 2nd and 5th round picks, that you could still get this year's wide receiver as well to go along with them, because, like I said, Jeffrey and Jackson, you know, I don't know how much you can trust them for this year.
Right.
Right.
Well, on a night, you know, it seems like everybody's in on winning takes care of everything. You know,
Right. But what
you
happens
win,
if you?
you win, you don't have meltdowns. You win, you don't have you don't have anything to complain about. There probably isn't enough footballs if everybody's healthy with Jeffrey, with Deshaun Jackson. If you bring on Beckham, but that's a good problem to have, right? Right, guys?
Yes.
Well, if you bring Beckham in, I don't know if Jeffrey would be here.
Well, you can't move the contract because they tried. They've been trying.
Well, I understand, but I'm saying he's probably hurt, and they can't cut him because he's hurt right at the moment. So
at some point you have an injury settlement,
right.
To move in that direction. Hey, but before we go any further, on a night where we're talking football, on a night where we're talking Jackie Robinson, we're giving away a Bernie Perrant jersey.
Got all sports covered.
So we didn't do it Friday night. We kind of got blindsided because we didn't get checked on early. We lost a lot of our peeps. So we're doing it tonight. We'll announce the winner tomorrow. So on a night that we're talking everything but hockey, Bernie Perrant jersey up for grabs.
But there's never a bad time to give away a Perrant jersey.
No.
So
And how cool was Bernie Friday night hanging in there with us for what? Almost 2 hours?
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, as cool as he ever was.
Did anybody catch the picture that Jeannie posted today of him sleeping in the chair and the dog sleeping on the sofa? It was the best. It was the absolute best. If you haven't seen it, you got to go on Jeannie's page because, it's crazy. It's what we're all going through right now.
Oh yeah, a lot of that.
What we're all experiencing. But let's go back to where were we? We were talking about Beckham coming from the Browns.
Yeah. Did you see Brandon's question?
Mm-hmm.
I did not. No.
Okay, so question for everybody: trade up, trade down, or stay at 21?
Well, it depends. It depends what you're doing. Like if they're in serious talks to get OBJ from Cleveland, that's going to put you in position where you can maybe take your first and second round picks and beef up the linebacker position, beef up the secondary. It's going to give you more flexibility.
Right.
I'll let you guys chat it up.
Oh yeah, no, that's the whole thing is with with Howie not getting that wide receiver, you're kind of forcing your hand to get the need to get a wide receiver in the first round, and you may not be picking the best player at that spot.
Why is that?
Well, because if you stay at 21, then the top three guys are going to be gone.
Right.
Unless you maybe slide down, but we all see how the draft goes. Once one or two of them go, then everybody starts jumping on there, and then some other player might fall to you because of that. But but if you're putting your eggs in a basket that you're going to get the guy in the draft, you're going to have to move up to get him, and then you're losing picks on that. So if you can get.
I'm cutting out, but I have a replacement. So,
All right,
guys.
Joining us now.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren.
We've had our first trade of the night.
How are you?
Do we get the better end of this deal? I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
We'll find
see.
out. We'll find out. If you're talking football, I have nothing to add. I don't know.
Hey, let me just advise you on something there. A $20 set of clippers, man. I took care of everything.
It looks good.
I feel like a new man.
What
$20.
number?
So
What
we
number?
didn't.
I just
Trade it in?
zipped it. I just zipped it.
Wow.
Well,
I'm probably a 1.
Wow.
I zipped it.
No?
I feel
Not a
clean.
bad idea.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
clean. Cost me $20, and I got to keep the clippers.
There
I'm
you
about
go.
a week away. I can't do much longer. Another week.
What happened to the underground barbershop?
I didn't get the invite, I guess. I'll have to look into it this weekend, maybe. I don't know.
All right, we're going to come back to you because we need some
Sure.
minor league baseball. We need some
Sure.
baseball juice. So we're going to come back to you after we talk a
Sure.
little football.
All right.
But feel free to enjoy your beverage.
All right.
because that's what the other half did anyway.
That's it.
It's all good. So, John, I'm going to get back to you because you're my go-to guy. You're my guy that often explodes and vents and does all that craziness, right?
Uh-huh.
Hey, by the way, I didn't get an invite last night. Neither did any of the guys that I see in these pictures. And that was an awful lot of burgers on the grill.
He has two grown boys.
There was the message when we were going back and forth for prepping for the show. I said there was plenty of time for you guys to come down.
Yeah, but I need a more definitive, hey, I got two with your name on it.
Ah.
There's plenty. There was plenty.
Go back to your high school.
Yeah. I had neighbors from all over the place. I didn't even know.
Oh, I'm sure you did. You had neighbors you probably didn't even know you had.
We're all coming for those burgers. Once they were going up there, the smell was going out there. Yeah.
Tailgate in the parking lot and be 6 feet away.
Yeah, let's just park six, a spot apart, and we just tailgate.
So, John, did you toss them? Or did you hand them out?
Oh yeah, no. I had an extension pole.
Oh,
It was part of the good things about being a painter. At one time, I had the extension pole for the pole.
10-foot pole?
Yeah, well, I just went with the 6. I didn't,
Okay. All right.
because you got the arm reach too, so that's another foot or two. So
That's true. They are saying 13 feet now, by the way.
are they?
Yep.
Wow.
the mask is optional. It depends on who you talk to.
Not in Jersey.
There's so many rules. I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I know. I just do what I want until somebody tells me to do different.
There you go. Yep.
So,
But yeah, like I said, next time just come on down.
I don't like those kinds of invites because when I show up, I look around and I'm like, who invited him? I do one of these.
And
You're
there's
like,
no more burgers on the grill.
who invited him and you're a half hour late. Because
so John, next time you take the picture, you got to put a C on 2 of them.
There you go.
But Tyler's going to scarf the last 2, right?
Oh, he's a pig.
He is watching somewhere in the
Of course he is.
in the house, John.
Of course he is.
Sorry.
I saw the high dad.
He's a little bit of a pig. He'll
No, there is no such thing as a little bit of a pig.
yeah. That's true. He hit his growth spurt now. He's trying to catch up to that with the burgers. He's still a little bit behind.
Can we get back to football?
Sure.
We don't have to because I really, I'm not feeling it, but we got a hey AP from a Steve Harris.
There you go.
Your fan club is starting. News must have traveled that you're live. They're just looking for free tickets.
Probably. You can have as many as you want right now.
Now until May.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's a trade talk today that the Dolphins are trying to trade with the Cowboys for Dak Prescott and the number 3 pick, is it, or whatever they have?
No, I think the Dolphins want to move up and get the kid from LSU.
Yeah,
I think that's their MO. I think
Burrows.
they're looking to move up because I don't know. I mean, Cincinnati could still probably get a pretty good player if they drop down 3 or 4 slots, right?
Right. Oh yeah, no, exactly.
And if they're not gunning for a QB and the Dolphins want him, they got a lot of picks.
Yeah, the Dolphins have a lot of picks. Yeah.
They got a lot of
It
picks.
makes a lot of sense for me with Prescott with going to the Dolphins, but
Not unless Jerry got a wild hair and he's done with them.
well, I mean, it's pretty expensive down in Texas because Dak can't support his family with $34 million and feed them.
I saw your comment.
I mean, how does an athlete say that?
What's that?
He says that he can't support his family on $34 million.
Yeah, that's just being spoiled.
Can I have 1 million and I'll be happy?
I'll take half.
Well, now you're being greedy. I only wanted one.
I wanted half a million.
Oh, half a million.
Not
Yeah.
I'm probably the least greedy person you'll ever want to be.
I mean, it's like these athletes. I mean, the money's there, and it's just like, think about what you're saying. I mean, it's hey, get what
He's an idiot.
get what you can, but it's just like,
Ooh, look at that. Sean Wyatt jumping in with a Stafford to the Cowboys.
Really?
Detroit ready to move him and move on?
oh, I think so with the new coach there and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure he's got a lot of injury issues.
Can't
Stafford,
stay healthy all season.
right? I mean, it's,
So let's backpedal a little bit here. So the Eagles stay at 21. They make no trades, right? They're gonna draft and they're gonna get younger. So what are they gonna take at 21?
I'd say that probably the best wide receiver left. But I mean, they're talking about linebacker now as a possibility for.
So you're probably going to take the best athlete at 21.
Right, at 21, you're going to take the best.
Whether it's a cornerback, whether it's a linebacker, whether it's another defensive end,
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to take the best athlete at 21.
Exactly.
They're not going to look at it as a need, more so, as the best player.
Right, and you kind of have to do that for the most part with the draft. Unfortunately, though, like I said, Howie not getting a wide receiver in this offseason, it kind of puts you into a little bit of a bind that you have to get a wide receiver. I mean, there's a lot of depth in this draft, though, for wide receivers. So,
Sean is another Sean Grenier, Denzel Mims at 21. I think that's moving him up the ladder. Is he a first round pick? I got him in the second round. That's where I got him going.
yeah,
I think there's 5 or 6 other wide receivers in front of him.
right. Yeah, I mean,
Nice player. I love him. I love him to death. Great wide receiver, great hands, speed. He's got it all, but I don't know that you waste the 21st pick on him.
Yeah, well, that's Howie's MO, though. He reaches for that. He gets sidetracked, and I could see that happening, though. Unfortunately, and like I said, I don't know that that's the best. Best option.
I'm looking at the Jefferson kid from LSU.
He's another one.
With the 21st pick. If you're staying in the first round, I think Jefferson, if he's still there, and I think he could be, because there's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of players. This draft is all over the place. It's not like you got 5 top quarterbacks and 5 of this, and it's going to be all over the place. Guys are going to drop.
Well, yeah.
And I think with the format, with the virtual, draft rooms, things are going to get a little crazy.
Yeah, I can see that.
There could be a mistake or two, because teams aren't used to this. Is the commish going to give them a pass if something goes astray?
Yeah, a little time delay.
Exactly.
Who's got first pick?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, the Bengals.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Who do they go for first?
Well, all reports is that they're going for the quarterback, Burrows.
Okay. So we do got people talking about Flacco again. So do you think we get him as a backup?
Oh, I could see that.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I mean, you need a veteran backup.
If you're going to get them for cheap, yes. If you're gonna have to spend big money, no.
Correct.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what about the Cam situation? What do you think is going to happen with that?
So you want to get rid of Carson Wentz and bring Cam here?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Believe me.
You're going to
Cam
kill
is
the
one of the
show for
last
Christ's
people.
sake.
No, Cam is one of the last people I want ever on this team. Where do you think he ends up is what my question is.
He's got to prove that he's healthy with the shoulder.
That
Right.
seems to be your go-to tonight. Everybody's got to prove they're healthy. They get invited to your barbecue last night.
That would fatten them up, that's for sure. He had the shoulder surgery over the season, and that's that's going to hinder him
Right.
not being able to visit with teams. Same thing with the draft. I mean,
Nobody can visit with anybody. So
right, and that's why the draft's going to be crazy because the quarterback from, I don't know how to pronounce his name, from Alabama, the lefty.
oh, Ty.
Yeah, there you go. We'll just call him Ty. He's probably one of the top guys. They said, they might even like him better than Burrows if he was healthy. But you don't know whether or not. So
Mario, are you watching the board or
I am.
no?
I am.
Did you see Jack Broder's comment? And it
Oh, I
wasn't
was
about
answering
it wasn't
somebody.
about Jake Voracek.
Wait, we haven't had a Voracek comment in a while. Which one? Oh, Megan John. Okay, so John, will Wentz have to prove that he's healthy?
he does, but he played. He was healthy last year.
I think he's got to prove that to everybody pretty much every game. Just
Yeah.
because the whole 2 seasons where he only played half a season, that's going to haunt him, I think, forever.
Oh well, and it's just the way his style of football too. That he runs. He's got to learn to get down, stay away from that contact.
Right.
Yeah. Like Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Wilson gets out, but he can get himself down and slide and get what he can and not fight for that extra yard. Hey, you got 3 yards. Okay, good. Move on to the next.
Okay.
one.
Wow. Jack actually complimenting Voracek.
That's because he's not playing.
Does Jack have a fever?
Somebody take Jack's temperature, please.
Think he might be going stir crazy sitting in the house doing, for too long.
Yeah.
So, all right, what else we got?
Yeah. The other thing is that the center, the Ruiz kid, the local guy, he's
Right.
another talks for the Eagles.
Carlos Ruiz?
Yeah, Caesar.
Carlos's brother, younger brother, much
Yeah.
younger brother.
He was a local kid, and he's another one that they're talking about. I don't know that he's a first rounder though. That would be a little bit of a stretch.
So you're talking about another first round pick that's going to sit on the bench?
Well,
This team can't afford that. Dillard has to play this year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dillard has to play, and he has to prove, that the number 1 pick wasn't wasted.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. So I mean, that's a name. Supposedly, he's the top center in the board, and
So what does that do? Does that put Kelsey's one leg out the door, knowing that you brought in a replacement already?
oh yeah, I mean, you're going to need a guy to replace him. So if he's there, but that might lend to your going out and getting Odell Beckham to get your wide receiver taken care of, and then you can fix your offensive line a little bit for the future.
So we agree. We agree with the first round pick going wide receiver, best wide receiver available on the board.
I would double up and go first and second.
See, you know what? You saw my clipboard. You saw my clipboard. You're cheating.
I'm in love with that. I didn't see your clipboard.
You're cheating. Somebody read that to you. There must be some insider information going on.
God.
I mean, we're in desperate spots. I mean, like we said, you got Jackson. We don't know what's going to happen. He's not there for a full season, no matter healthy or not. And then Jeffrey, he's basically out the door. Whether this is the last year, health wise or contract wise, and then what do you got?
All right, so we're going to go wide receiver 1 and 2. We both agreed on that.
I agree with that.
Mario wants to bring in Flacco as the old man quarterback. Is that what you're feeling?
I don't see why not.
He's the better backup. Nate Sudfeld's going to get kicked to the curb again.
I would do that.
Yeah, I'm not feeling their love for Sudfeld.
Yeah.
Well, they handed him an $800,000 check.
Yeah, well, $800,000 just to keep a guy around.
It's better than $1,200 that we all got.
A little bit.
And how many games did Nate dress last year?
About 2 more than you and I.
Yeah.
And so we had the other 45-year-old that as the backup.
You're,
Right.
you're looking sleepy. What you have for dinner?
Who's that?
Me?
John, yes.
Oh,
Me?
John, yes. John.
I didn't eat yet. I'm waiting for after the show to have some more burgers.
Oh,
God.
very nice. Very nice. Going back on the grill, huh?
All right,
Yeah.
so wait, we do have a question. If there was an above average wide receiver on board and a stud middle linebacker, who would we pick?
Depends who the stud linebacker is. I mean, if you're talking about a game changer, yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah.
If he's a game changer, if he's a Brian Urlacher type,
Okay.
I gotta hear his name, every defensive series, I gotta hear his name.
Okay.
Kenneth Murray is the top guy. Guy out of Oklahoma.
Is he gonna still be around at 21?
There's a chance that he's around. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, Howie might have a few choices.
Well, that's the thing. Do you take the 4th or 5th best wide receiver at 21, or do you take the top offensive lineman or top linebacker?
Well, I think you just answered that question because that's where Howie goes.
Right.
With the offensive line, he's never wasted or never used a first round pick on a linebacker.
Right. Well, I know. Well, that's.
So that would be outside Howie's box if that was the case.
Yeah.
So Sean wants to know if we ever get to a point where we trade Ertz and Goddard.
Either one.
Let me see if it says and or, not or. So either one, yes.
Well, if they can't, if Ertz won't sign here,
Well,
you may not
without
have
a
much
choice.
of a choice.
Right. Well, that's exactly the thing. It's a
Yeah.
matter of-
And I don't know that Goddard's ever going to be as good as Ertz. I'm sorry.
right. No, that's the thing. If
Good player, nice player, but he's not Zach Ertz level right now.
no,
You think that's because he doesn't get the playing time, or
No.
he just doesn't have the ability?
You can call it whatever you want. He's not at that level right now.
Okay.
I don't know if he ever will be
Right.
because he gets more playing time. I don't know. Zach Ertz was hurt last year, and Goddard did he set records?
No.
no, I think that to your point, if anybody's going to get traded, it'll be Goddard. Which again was a Howie mistake moving up to get him to jump in front of the Cowboys, so the Cowboys didn't get him as the replacement for Witten. But because that's why I think that's why we've seen the Eagles give the extension to Ertz up until the end of next year, because they're not seeing the progress with Goddard.
There's
Well,
only one football.
well, I'm seeing comments here that Ertz has bad legs and probably only going to be here for one more season.
Yeah, but we can't trust Jack. We can't. Jack's credibility on football is just not quite there yet. He's got to earn the respect of the show. Come on. He's the hockey guy. We got all the love in the world for him, but you're questioning Zach Ertz. If you told me he's had too many concussions, then I'd be like, okay, you're spot on.
Right. Yeah.
He must
All right.
have him confused with 93 on the Flyers team.
All right, you guys want to switch to baseball?
Why? What do you got?
You got
We
it?
got AP sitting right here.
Yeah, see?
Come on.
I don't know.
What do you got for us, Anthony?
Not too much. I mean, people keep asking if I know any update as far as the start of the season, and I'm kind of in the same boat as everybody else. I mean, we have a morning conference call, Zoom meeting with about 30 of us on there. Every day we're trying to find out answers, and every day we don't really have them. I think Major League Baseball right now is just cautious to say anything to minor league baseball or anyone in general. They don't want to pick some arbitrary date. If they pick June 1st and there's 800 people in New York dying a day, they're going to look pretty silly. So,
Right.
I don't know what that means. I mean, if they start playing games where they're playing in Arizona or they're playing in Florida, they can make money on television. But for the minor league teams who rely on concessions and all that and no television money, the further we get away from this, the further it would be that, that we'd be actually having games in Reading or Lehigh or anywhere else. So, in my mind, I kind of imagine three different scenarios. The first one I don't think is going to happen at all, but we've already passed opening day in Reading. Here would have been on Thursday this past week. Theoretically, we could still play 70 games if you were to start, but when would that be? If you start in May 15th, June 1st, I guess you could. You might need to extend the season through like either October or have double headers, which either one of those things I don't see happening. The two more likely scenarios are, they said we could play June 1st. We play June, July, August, and we have a shortened season. So it's 50% of games, 60% of games, whatever. But the more and more days go on, it looks like it potentially could be less likely that there is a season, in Reading, because if they're talking about major leaguers playing in Arizona or Florida with no fans and just for television, there's no reason for them in June or July to bring up guys for Reading for a month and a half or 2 months.
Right.
Been over the last week or so calling all our clients. Most teams haven't been really doing that too much. We've been calling all our clients and saying, listen, we don't know what's going to happen. Same as I talked to you a couple of weeks ago, but here are the scenarios we think. And as soon as we know anything, we'll let you know. And whatever we need to do to figure it out together, we'll figure it out. But, it's certainly better to communicate with the people you work with and your season ticket holders and your sponsors, than to sort of go quiet and leave them wondering, which unfortunately some teams have been doing. So, every morning we have this meeting but until they say anything publicly, then we're sort of in the same boat as anywhere else. And it's sort of like all the, amusement parks said they're going to be open May 30th. Now you go on their website, they said they'll be closed, until we tell you else. So you asked me 2 weeks ago, I thought we'd be playing. If you asked me today, 50-50 chance, but the more the days go on, unfortunately, the less likely it looks, and it's just a little, it's a little frustrating for, the 30 of us that are there every day.
So I'm hearing this social distancing could end. It's very sporadic, but what I'm hearing is it could either end mid-May or go till December. So I'm hearing everything in between.
I guess it all depends who you talk to. I mean, I was talking to one of my clients today, and he said he works for like a storage company, and he said he was in Florida on some business, as an essential worker. And the further you go towards Florida, the further you go down south, the more people are out and about like it's nothing going on. Eventually, those people will travel, and eventually that stuff will get to where we are here. So
Right.
Until people start to listen, yeah, it could be May or June if everyone was listening. But if you got half the country not listening, then we're going to be inside for longer than we want to. And, it's just, for us as a team, we want to get people out there as much as anyone else and get out there. Opening day would have been this past Thursday. Today we would have had a day game. But without a vaccine, without people at least listening, it's kind of scary to get 5,000 people together right now today. And if you could, I don't know how many people would actually want to do that. So,
Right.
I mean, just kind of sticking in there and hoping we find out some more information, but we're sort of in the same boat as everybody else.
So my mom has a good question, wants to know if it's possible that baseball could be canceled for the entire season.
Yeah. So our general manager, Scott Hunsaker, has done a bunch of interviews lately. He was on WFMZ last week, and he was also on PCN, which is the Pennsylvania cable network, and that airs throughout the country. And the host basically asked him what we're doing right now, how we're communicating, and we said, hey, we called every one of our clients saying we're going to work with them, whatever that means for that individual person, but there is a chance that we don't play this year, and that not only could be our level, there is a chance that is at the major league level as well. There's a better chance they might play because there's TV rights there and there's a lot of money there, but if it's not safe, it's simply not safe. And you hear all different reports every day, 18 months to create a vaccine. At that point, that could mean the beginning of next year, which I think is not the case, but you don't know what to believe anymore. And it's just tough. We just try to be over communicative with the people we talk to and let them know where we're at. But yeah, there is a chance that we might not play this year. There is definitely a chance.
Wow. So if they do go with the Arizona deal, where how's that going to work with the minor leagues? What if they got to bring somebody up?
Well, that's a great question. So that's all theoretical at this point. That's them hoping to try to do something. And I applaud them because they're doing everything they can to try to figure it out. You'd either have to, one, expand the rosters, because the last article I read that said it's 14 days. This was like a scientist that wrote it for Sports Illustrated. For 14 days, you have to be continuously tested to make sure you don't have it. So let's say Bryce Harper's wife has a baby or someone's grandparents died, unfortunately, and they go to that funeral or they go to that birth. Well, you can't come right back into camp. You have to get that test every single day for 14 days to make sure it's not there. So, it would be great if everyone could play in Arizona. It would be great if everyone could play in Florida. But as of right now, today, I don't know how realistic that is with the circumstances that we're in. Also, I know guys want to play, but are they also thrilled to be sitting in a hotel with another guy for 4 months? I mean, I think that sounds horrible. So these guys that are making $40 million might not be too keen on that either.
Right.
But no, I mean, I like that they're trying. I like that they're trying to figure it out. More power to them. I know they're doing this, video game stuff on Twitch and all that other stuff, and kids like that. But I don't know. I would honestly say I think we're 50-50 at this point. We could play at some point with a shortened season, and we could also not play. And we're sort of, as an organization, sort of preparing for either way.
Okay. So supposedly the virus dies in heat above, I think, 72 degrees. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're going to Florida and Arizona, because it's higher temperatures and less chance of it surviving there. But then you still run the risk of having people that are traveling there bringing it in.
Yeah, so they would have to not allow any at this point, unless something changes in the next month or two. If it gets hotter and it somehow goes away, like a flu might, that would be great. But they'd have to play with no fans at all. And that's why I'm saying for them that might make sense, but for us, we're not really in that business for television, all that. So I don't know that. I don't know that we'd be able to do that in Reading or Lehigh Valley or anywhere else.
Yeah, like you said, with having to be concession based,
Mm-hmm.
You can't have fans, and you're not making money there.
Yeah.
And,
Right now it's tough. I mean, like a lot of other businesses, we're not selling any tickets. We're not selling any food or drink. People are buying some merchandise as they can. We're really using our social media as a way to sort of inform the public on different things that we have going on, different sponsors that are hiring, different community food drives, stuff like that. Kids activities, just like most of the teams are doing. But we don't have really much solid information until anyone tells us.
yeah, and I really don't think anything's going to happen until you get the vaccine.
And that, who knows when that's going to be.
Well, they're talking about football games in September, October, and that sounds great for everyone. But we're talking in our case, 7, 8, 9,000 people in Reading. That's 80 or 100,000 people.
Right.
So I know that's in September, October, November, and they have some time to figure it out. But if you don't, I don't see how you can get 100,000 people together in a city and then let them go fly back to wherever they live. I just don't see that happening.
And that's what they're talking about in college football. They're thinking college football is not going to play this year in September. They're going to play in February through May next year.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want that all to happen. I want to play like yesterday.
Oh, of course.
I also want people to be safe and feel healthy and comfortable when they come to the stadium, because we're sort of the place where people go to forget all that stuff in their life and have a good time. I don't want people worrying about sitting every 2 rows we could have people, and that's not how we want to do things.
Right.
No. Yeah.
So I did a little checking during the week, and airlines are not scheduling anything before June.
Mm-hmm.
So no travel of any kind between now and the end of May. So I don't know whether they would schedule private flights or anything like that to get everybody in the same area, but they would have to in order to get everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how that would work. I think we're going to be like this for a while.
Well, I mean,
To what reference are you talking about airlines? For what people, Mario?
I went on and tried to book a flight. Could not book anything before the beginning of June.
So people are not, the airlines are not flying at all?
Not from what I can see.
there were flights for a week or two ago where they were like $50 because no one wanted to be on them, but
Right.
that
Right.
stopped.
I actually went on to American Airlines and tried to book a flight. Just not that I wanted to go somewhere, just to see if I could. Wouldn't let me do it.
Really?
Would not let me book a flight until June 2nd, I think it was.
If that's the case, that's a lot of private flights, and I mean they're capable of doing it because they're a major organization, but that's a lot of private flights.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's a lot.
And
I mean,
it's not like you can get everybody all in one plane or several planes. You'd have to go to whatever state, because I'm sure they all went home.
mhm.
So it's
Well,
just
if they ever come back, it's still going to take them 2 to 3 weeks at minimum to get ready. So it's not like they can just come back and start playing tomorrow.
right. You still gotta have a little mini.
That's another half a month you got to wait. So
Right. Yeah, because you're talking to have a little mini spring training, right?
mhm.
And then go from there. So even if they start in June, you're talking they're not going to start playing regular season until end of June.
Yeah, I mean,
Where's
best-
Joe Hare going via Frontier for $39?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe Frontier is different. But I tried American, Joe. I could not get anything before.
So what's Joe Hare know?
I don't know. Joe, maybe tell us. Did you go on there and just do that now? Because I could not do anything before the beginning of June.
Let's just say this much, that Bryce Harper's not flying Frontier for $39. So, and neither am I. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, Anthony, because you were on a roll there, and you nailed quite a few things, that a lot of people, have been questioning. My question to you, and this is a baseball question in general, what do the minor league players do if the season is lost? You're talking about careers of some guys that may never ever play again, just because, they were at a point where, they were on the bubble to begin with. I'm not talking about the draft picks, I'm talking about the lesser guys that are trying to make it.
Well, in a normal situation where there's not a pandemic, if there was any issues, you would go to an independent league team. But for all intents and purposes, those whole things might be out of business at this point.
Sure.
Because they have a hard time payroll and all that stuff. So I don't know. I guess you keep your body in shape and you work out and you deliver Domino's until someone calls you. I mean, I don't know what else. You have to keep your body in shape in case they call you up. But yeah, I don't know. It's just scary because a lot of those guys are, some of those guys are in those make it or break it years, and if they don't make it this year,
Sure.
then they might have to find a new career. Yeah, there's no good answer for that one.
No guarantees, that's for sure.
Yep.
No.
So it looks like Southwest is also flying. Maybe American's just not. Maybe they're just not the ones not booking anything.
Yeah, you can go
That's
to
right.
Vegas with Carolyn. She's going tomorrow.
All right.
Southwest. There you go. She said, if you're buying, she's flying.
God.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know. We're this thing's long from over. There's
Yeah.
way too many. Like you said earlier in the conversation, you almost every hour you hear a different story. It depends on who you're listening to, who's talking.
You're not
there's
wrong.
There's so many rumors.
Well, I think we're pretty much pawns in this until we get the official word. I think we're just stuck here watching horse or watching other stuff that's on. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's all worried about the mental health of the Americans because of not having sports, and
Right.
we're trying to rush it back. But there's a lot going on, and you can't have a gathering without having a cure. It's because otherwise we're going to be right back in the same spot we were, a month ago. And
It's funny. They said, I don't know if you saw the WWE on Sunday, they're deemed an essential business in Florida, which I thought was fascinating. You get all these other guys that can't go to work and they got their own businesses, construction, this and that, but somehow they're allowed to keep wrestling, which I find fascinating.
yeah, well, they don't really care about their employees wrestling. I mean, let's face it, with everything else they did.
And somebody let Steve Scalish know that it's fake.
That part of not caring is real, not fake.
I'm sorry. I watched that with nobody in the stands. No.
Well, no, none of it's going to be any good.
No. Wrestling needs to have fans in the audience.
And they keep saying that football is not going to get affected, but I could see football being affected as well.
Yeah.
Just because of you'll be on the backside of it when you're in the fall and winter, that you're going to have the flu stuff coming back again. So I mean, until there's a cure, I mean, they're talking colleges aren't going to open up, and how can you send your kids back to school in September when you know?
Nick Grass is fake too, right? Will you?
So somebody did ask that whether they think college football is going to have a season.
They're already talking. They're not going to do it in September. They're going to play in February, if anything.
So have colleges already decided for the rest of the year, where it's the rest of the calendar year, they're going to be at home?
Not official because our boys are going to school.
Right.
Nothing official yet, but they're not thinking that they're going to be back. A lot of things will be online if with classes in September. Most likely classes are going to be canceled, which will lead to spring football being canceled.
Right.
And then probably the fall they won't be playing it in the fall because, like I said, you can't have 100,000 people coming from all over the place.
Right.
Coming together. Going out.
And the XFL is now gone.
Completely gone, bankrupt.
It's not funny, but it is funny.
I mean, it's just a bad year to come back to try to do the XFL. I mean, they were doing well. Some people were liking it.
Well, they had a good TV contract. The product was decent.
Right.
Yeah.
They had a nice TV contract, and that's what this is all about. It's all about television. No matter what the sport is,
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. I mean, because if, like Anthony said, if it wasn't for the TV, there would be no reason for the MLB to be playing. You know, minor league baseball can't play because they need concessions revenue.
Right.
You don't have a TV contract. You know, why risk having the players out there for no fans in the ballpark? You know, it doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yep. So we are just at about at 7:30.
You
What
got
do you wanna do,
somewhere.
Carl?
You got somewhere to go.
No, I'm just saying. What do you want to do?
Busy? You got a meeting at the club.
We're supposed to have a meeting tonight. Yeah.
Wait. You're getting all them guys are going to Zoom.
No.
Hey, you know what? Wait a sec. Time out. We did not miss you. He filled in admirably. He
I'm
did
sure he
a
did.
phenomenal job.
Yeah,
He did
he's
a
always chirping in the corner when we do these.
In the corner.
He is now taken over. You lost your seat.
Well, hopefully he knows how to end this.
All you do is hit the cancel button.
Well, we'll see what happens.
So, Mario, so you got a meeting at the club. So
No, we
how you
were
getting
supposed to have a meeting at the club.
okay. You guys
So
all
the
meet on
club's been
contracts?
closed for 2 months. So, and the vacation drawing is on hold. So we have no idea when we're going to have that. I think we're going to have that either in the fall or beginning of November. I'm not sure yet. So that's been fun trying to deal with all that mess.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everybody's on hold. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But
Everybody's on hold.
when you have people like myself and one of the other guys that are trying to pre-plan for stuff that we know that's going to happen, because the vacation drawing was supposed to be May 14th, right? We're a month away from it. We wanted to talk about picking a date in the future so that we don't have to rush if they say everything can open up in May. And President's like, well, we can wait and we can see what's going on. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to rush and get everything done in 2 days.
Well, let me ask you a question. What are your choices?
Choices are to wait and have it on the 14th if they do, but then we have to not only make plans for it, but we still have to sell the rest of the tickets that we haven't sold yet.
Well,
the thing.
Tell Joe that Carl said May 14th is no longer an option.
And believe me, he came back and said, do what you want. Okay.
Well, the problem is if you say you want to do it in November 15th or whatever the date might be, you don't know that that's going to happen either.
Right. But at least we won't be rushing around trying to get everything done. I'd rather be proactive than reactive.
Well, you wouldn't be rushing it. You would just.
Yeah, but have you seen all these guys on the board? Have you ever seen all these old timers on the board?
John, I'm the youngest.
But it's still like, because you're just going to be back into the same thing that you're going to be canceling November 15th, and
but that's okay. At least we won't be rushing around for 2 days trying to get it done and then canceling it. You know what I mean? It's better to shut it down now, push it off to a date in the future, and see what happens then.
Yeah,
it's just easier that way. But dealing with these 70, 80, 90-year-old guys is not easy. They are stubborn.
You need to get them all together on Zoom.
you said that's right there.
Yeah, that'll happen.
You see that face? Half of them don't even have a flip phone.
When we do our family Zoom shows, I have to go over to my mom's house to get her on so that she can join the call.
Come on, cut her a break, all right?
Hey,
Cut
she
her a break.
tries.
Okay, yes, she does.
She
And
tries. It's all
and
about
that's your responsibility to go over there and get her on. Yeah, it is. Don't shrug your shoulders. Don't shrug your shoulders.
We got your back there, Dolly.
Absolutely. And I got John's back if his falls down. So hey, great show,
God.
Anthony. Awesome for hanging out with us and giving us a little, minor league baseball update.
Anytime.
That was, it was good for everybody on board. It was good for us. We talked a little football. We talked a whole lot of, this bad, dumb, stupid virus, that we all need to get out of our life. But we all need, we need to be safe. We need to take all the necessary precautions. So, thanks to everybody. We're gonna pick a winner of the Bertie Perrant jersey because we absolutely talked no hockey tonight. There was one Jake Voracek reference, and that was it.
No, there was two.
Oh, there was two? I
There was
missed
two.
one? Jack
Yes.
had both?
No, there was two.
There was two? Okay.
Yep, you'll see the other one
There
there.
was two. So we will pick that winner and announce it tomorrow, and then whoever the lucky person is, they can contact us, and we'll get that mailed out to them. You guys good? Everything mission accomplished?
Yep.
John, you good?
You're good.
Yeah,
Look,
John's hungry.
Tyler got the grill fired up.
No, you can't touch it. He's not allowed to touch that.
No, not allowed to touch the grill, huh?
No.
Somehow I think he's out there flipping the burgers.
He's unfortunately not. You can't handle the flipper.
Uh-oh. It's at some point, you gotta do the father duties and turn them over.
He's turning 18, next month, and but
Can't let him flip the burgers, huh?
mentally he's 12.
Aren't we all?
But
All right, guys. It was great, and I guess where's our producer? Are we back Friday night? Is she there?
You're the new producer.
She said, yes.
She said yes.
He's the new producer.
All right, we'll be back Friday night.
All
And
right.
John, you had something. We're gonna break out a new some new contest or some new something. You wanna
topic, yes, we're gonna do the best 100 numbers or 99 numbers, I guess, in Philadelphia sports history. So
jersey numbers.
jersey numbers. So we'll take
Jersey numbers. All four sports.
all four sports. We're gonna take and we'll battle off the numbers. So we'll take four guys that wore number one from each sport, the top one from each Phillies team, and kind of debate it and see who's the best number one out of the four.
All right.
All right.
So you'll have this all figured out by Friday night at 6:30, right?
Yes, and then everybody can chime in. We'll discuss it a little bit. Who we think is not the best number one, which I know some people already are biased with the jersey.
Jack wants to jump right to number 26.
And I mean, some of them are going to be a little challenging to go against. Number one will be a little tough one with Bernie.
We got some gamers on the board already. 20's going to be tough. Schmidt or Dawkins.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got some
Yeah.
gamers. I think Friday night's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, we're starting off with a bang right up with number one. So
There you
Yeah,
go.
we might need more than an hour.
All right, Lauren. We need more than an hour.
there
Is
you go.
that in the budget?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, guys. Have a great
All right,
rest of
man.
the night. Thanks, everybody.
See
See ya.
you later.